My name is Jesse and I've had a hair transplant. And after my hair loss and hair restoration journey and helping over 300 men to overcome the hair loss as well, I noticed so many people making so many mistakes and choosing bad clinics. And those bad clinics can give you bad results or even permanent damage. And that after a while they've spent thousands of dollars of their own money. And so today I want to talk about hair transplant clinics that do multiple procedures per day. I want to talk about why it matters, how it affects your results, what you should look out for, and what I did instead. Let's dive in. So what if the hair transplant clinic you are currently looking at does multiple procedures per day? Let's dive in. So first, a little overview is that clinics that operate like this, I think of them like factories because they seem to value quantity or speed or volume over quality. And so if something gives off a factory-like feeling, just assume that they will do anything in their way to operate like a factory as well. And factories basically try to compress as much as possible, do things as quick as possible to then increase the volume. That's basically a factory. Also, divide attention. Like if you are the only patient on a given day, then all the attention is on you. But if they have like two, three, 4, 5 clients every day, then that attention get divided over every patient. And so ultimately you're just going to get less attention and very likely a worse result as well. Third is also quality concerns. And again, because they value quantity over quality, your results may suffer. And the problem is that when you get a hair transplant done, you are signing away your rights. And so even if something doesn't end up right, for example, and maybe you normally would have legal grounds to sue them, you cannot do that because you have signed away your rights. And so that's why you want to choose quality over everything. Why is this a problem? Why is clinics that do multiple procedures per day a problem? First, because focus is split. You're not the only priority. Like I said before, if they have multiple patients per day, then all the attention gets divided over every patient. So with 4 patients in total, you only get 25% of all the available attention, which isn't really great, I would say. Also time pressure, because they work really fast and need to get to a specific volume, like maybe they do multiple patients all at once, or maybe they use time slots, something like that. It just creates rush work, and that's because they need to work as fast as possible. Otherwise, they will not hit their quotas, and that will create a lot of stress. Also, it over time creates surgeon, technician, or basically team fatigue. If you do so much work in such a short amount of time, it just creates fatigue over time. That's basically the name of the game. The harder you work, the more you work, the worse it will get. And if you do it over a day or couple days, no worries. Couple weeks, maybe not. But then if you do that type of work month after month after month after month, then it just destroys your motivation and your focus as well. And so the technicians and the surgeons can just lose accuracy over time because they have to work so fast. Also, it's an incentive mismatch because flat pricing means they profit more by doing more, not better. So for example, if a clinic advertises like, hey, the hair transplant only costs $3,000 for anyone who comes in. Doesn't really matter. If you go to us, you will only spend $3,000 total, which is like, oh great, only $3,000. I thought I would need to spend a lot more at other places. But the issue again is that they know they can get $3,000 from you, and they will do anything they can to do everything as short amount of time as possible, to do it as fast as they can, so they can get the 3K and basically kick you out the door. That's basically what happens. Also, it's a loss of personalization. You're just another number to them. Like if you are a technician, you don't really know who you're operating on. That's what I want to get at. You don't know who you're really operating on. You're just looking at a patient with some sort of history you don't really know. They want to get a hair transplant done, and you know you can perform a hair transplant. But those are just the big lines. The rest is basically lost in the details, and the details is basically the main thing that you want to care about. And also technicians doing all the work. It's so easy for clinics to recommend cheaper techs to do all the work for you. And this also ties into a future point. It's like when you do a hair transplant, who does the work on you? Is it the surgeon? Is it technicians? Is it a group of technicians only? Is it a combination? Or even with the surgeon, like, are they around all the time? Do they only perform one part of the procedure or the entire procedure? Are they in an assistant type of role to the technicians? Those are the important questions that you want to think about. And this is a visual difference. This image comparison just absolutely nails it. Like, you don't want to do the factory clinic model. You don't want something like this where everyone is one big room. Of course, there wouldn't be a big room, but rather separated rooms. But 4 people being worked on at the same time, it just creates so much. It just creates a feeling like a factory. Like, I want to do it as fast as possible, get you out the door, and get the next ones in. Or you go to the boutique clinic model, where it's like, it's a small office, it's only one person, only a couple of people that completely are focused on you, no one else. So in my personal story, what did I do for my own hair transplant? I chose a clinic that did 1 procedure per day. Only one surgeon. And the consultation was with the surgeon himself. And it was in the same operating room where I would be laying there a year later as well. And that's just so rare. Almost no surgeon does direct consultation. So if you do that, huge plus point. Also, on the day on the transplant, I got a dedicated team. 1 patient, which was me. 1 surgeon, which was the same one from the consultation. 1 assistant who helped sorting the grafts and implementing the grafts at the end of the day. So basically, I got full attention. The entire day was based around me, my situation, my end result. And it just created a premium experience. Like, it felt boutique, not transactional. I wasn't just a number to them. They really wanted to get the best result for me. Again, I also did pay a premium for this, but when you are looking to get a hair transplant done, those things just pay dividends over time. Even if you overspend a little on the hair transplant itself, it's just it's absolutely worth it to spend a little more for a clinic that does way better results. And so this is just one way that you can use to filter them. And yeah, ultimately it made a huge difference in my confidence when I was laying in the seat, when they were working on me, the end results as well, because everything was focused on me, and just the overall experience from the first consultation all the way to 12 months post-op. So what should you even look for? First, ask direct questions. Ask them like, hey, how many procedures do you do per day? If they say, for example, 3 procedures per day, ask them how do they get to that amount of procedures per day? Do they have, for example, 3 surgeons and then 9 technicians? Or do they have 1 surgeon and 9 technicians? Like, how is it divided? How is the focus divided for you specifically on a specific day? Also, check their daily procedures. Like, what I recommend is to look for clinics that do 1 procedure per day per surgeon. And when I got my hair transplant done, I only used a clinic that had 1 surgeon in total who ran everything. And yeah, that's like a golden rule that I have. Also, verify who does the work. Like I said before, do the technicians do the work? Does the surgeon do the work? Where does the surgeon fill things in? What does the technician actually do? Is the surgeon around all the time, or maybe only in the beginning? Like, one time I even heard of a clinic that was like, oh, when you are with us, you're gonna get a transplant from a specific surgeon, and then on the day of the surgery, the surgeon itself was only there for the first 10 minutes and then was never seen again for the entire day. So yeah, that can happen as well, and you should really avoid those type of places. Ultimately, just choose quality above everything. Choose clinics that work patient first. When they work patient first, everything they do is also in the interest of the patient. It's really rare for a clinic to only work super amazingly patient first in one area and then leave the rest to just be like factory, volume, profit only. Basically that. So choose quality about everything. Choose patient first business models. And if you want more help to choose the right clinic, click below and book a call to talk about your hair transplant options and knowing what clinic you should choose.